Moin moin. Well, welcome back to Misanthropekraft episode 23. So, what are we getting up to? I've got a lot of stuff that I want to do, but let's shuffle. Let's project shuffle, and we will base it around that. Cause dude, like there's so many projects in here that I want to get to. So let's just kind of see what we get, and we will work around it. Gut the mansion. I can do that. I probably should have done that like forever ago. Let's try another one. A new sword. Okay, I've got a good idea for that. Let's do another one. Nether output. All right, yeah, we're gonna stop there. I actually don't really want to do that. I don't go to the Nether a lot, but we will figure something out there. Yeah, we'll figure it out. I might pull the veto card on that one. I'm just not having like a vision in my head of a Nether outpost right now. But we'll let it stew. We'll let it cook. Before I get into these two, I want to do something by the barn. So I'm gonna head over there. Wrong way. There we go. I feel kind of bad about the barn, not how it's made. I mean about the cow cooker down there, because I don't think it works super well, and like I kind of advocated it for that video I made about the barn. I want to fix that. I'm kind of low on beef actually. That's like my main food source. Like we've got a ton of cows down here, but they don't like when you feed them. It's kind of sketchy getting them to fall down. And like it's max capacity, so like any more I make just like suffocate and just see that's there. Another thing too, when I do that, it cooks them I think too long. So I'm gonna fix this. I made a note in that video where I referenced this design that it was a little hinky. So that's kind of why I feel bad. I'm here to inform. You know, I don't want to like give you guys like some whack build that just straight up doesn't work. So I will do that real quick. I think I've got this fixed up, so let's test it out. I had to kill like all the cows here. We just repopulated them. I've got like that's the side I breed up to like put in here, and I keep just like a minimum of 2. So if that totally goes catastrophic, I can just like rebreed them. Don't have to go like find more animals. Okay. So it's the same thing. So another thing too is like I wouldn't overload this. I had way too many in there. So we feed them. Drop right through. This is where the big changes are. I switched this to a lever so I have more control versus like just a button. Yep, cooked him. Got it. What was happening there is that button was keeping it like dispensing lava too long. Like it would cook the cows, but also cook their drops, so they would just get burnt up. Another thing I did, I switched the chains out up there for fence posts. Can you see them? Yeah, not fence posts, fence gates. And they fall through pretty well. I think it helps too that I don't have, you know, like 50 cows up there. And I was in the comment section trying to troubleshoot this, and that's where like literally all these ideas came from. So it takes a little tinkering, but you can make this work. There's probably better ones out there. I tried to open these up because I was getting XP that would fall down from breeding those. And I can tell you XP does not travel through these. Maybe it's because of those trapdoors, but I can't get the XP out of there. But that's okay. I usually get it up there, and even so, it's not like my... That's kind of weird. It's not like my main source of XP. Where is he? That's crazy. You see that? That's where that cow was tied to. Anyway, let's keep moving. That's not all I wanted to do over here. Yeah. Let me head back up there and I'll show you. I've been looking at this barn a bit, you know, like I'm really active over here, so I'm always like looking at this thing, and it's such a weird looking barn. It's just like with these weird windows and like I was using some reference material. I'm not sure what those domes, like, you know, the purpose for those would be on like a barn, but I did see those and I keep looking at it. It looks like some weird sci-fi barn. I'm gonna add some stuff in the top. Like we've got enough wheat now, but I mean, that's after I cleared everything out of Harvest Valley. So I'm gonna add a more accessible patch of wheat over here too. But it'll be in a kind of interesting way. And we're gonna do that right now. All right, now we've got a sick reveal. It's the sci-fi barn. All right, let me walk you through this, guys. By the way, a quick addendum before we go on about that bone meal. Like, in the context of being trapped in all these chunk borders, finding like new stuff like that actually does pique my interest. That's why I was ranting and raving about bone meals and oranges, tulips, and turtles, like I was. Probably not interesting to most of you. Can you guys knock it out? There you go. Oh well. Yes, I made a little tube for the cows to get out. So we'll have some free-range cows. I was looking at like contrasts for red and black. Black was one of them. I didn't really use that much black. I did up there. That's supposed to be a radar dish. And there's it's like a radio tower. I wanted to put like a radio dish or a radar or whatever up here. And while I was looking for one, I found this guy on Reddit that had made this. I don't want to just like put some random Reddit dude on blast, but it was pretty high up on, you know, the search parameters for like radar dome, radar dish. But full credit goes to him for this tower. Like I messed around with the base a little bit. I was trying to make it my own, but like I can't claim this. It's totally a guy from Reddit. So let's head up into the actual barn. That radar dish, I was using a disruptor from Command & Conquer. While I was researching that too, I saw a bunch of really cool like radio towers and like radar projects that I actually would like to do. Like we didn't have a ton of space here to build a radar dome and a radio tower. Like I'm planning on moving these trees, and I'll show you my idea for that here in a second. Let's head back in the barn. Alright, not too much changed here. I actually need to move some cows over, but let's head up here. So it was night out. That was like intentional. I wanted to show this off. Got a little yellow hay, or a yellow bed hidden in the hay, so it's like we're sleeping in the hay bales. I thought that was a neat touch. I did throw a ton of extra hay up here. It's supposed to be our hay loft. Oh shoot, I was gonna make like a not a crane. It basically serves the purpose of a crane on that side. I might still do that this episode. I might not. We put a bunch more hay down there, and like we got our bed there. But another big thing we did, also the reason we have so much wheat, is I just wanted seeds for dyes, which we've accomplished. We shouldn't have to do that for a while. So here we go. This is kind of neat. You couldn't really see that from down there. I guess probably looking at the radio tower and this, it's more pronounced on this side, but I didn't really put too much stuff on this side. It's basically just the same barn. But this heads over here to some hidden wheat farms up in the jungle trees. My original vision, I was gonna like shoot this out with like a minecart, but it was like so close to these trees. I was just like, I'm not even gonna bother with the minecart. I can just walk it. But it's like three tiers. Dude, you don't understand how much I needed seeds, and I guess hay too. We use wheat for a lot. I don't really eat it so much, but you can make mud, and I've been using a lot of hay bales too. But what I'm thinking, like this has got a really big vertical profile, I was thinking we could like move these trees like up, because we're starting to get to the point where it's getting like crowded over here, and like I don't like having the tree farm like right under these skulls, because I'm gonna do some more stuff with that. Yeah, that's that's my sci-fi barn. Um, I kind of cut it short on that. There's a few other things I plan on doing, but I never intended for this to be a sci-fi barn bone meal, you know, like double feature episode. I want to build a sword and get to. I've already put those up, but I do want to get to the nether this episode. So I'm gonna work on that sword. We're gonna build another sword. It's gonna be like right here. That's why I got so sidetracked with the barn. I was wanting to work over here, but I just ended up working on this barn for like 2 days. But I will get back to you with the sword. I've got like the blade. Oops. Yeah, I think the blade's done. I kept experimenting around with, that's 5. So I guess I was working with 7. But the rock up there just isn't big enough for 7. I'm up to the hilt now. I want to go through and add some more detail. Might experiment with some of the concrete, mixing with that, changing the texture around, or maybe throw some copper in there like it's rusted. But this is supposed to be like the, you know, the Arthurian legend, the sword in the stone. You know, it's gonna be a sword in the stone. Check this out too. I think I'm gonna go through and finish up the sides here. Maybe be like cut these down a little bit. That's gonna be like the perfect like thumbnail, dude. You've got the sci-fi barn and the sword and the skulls. Those things are such like a high profile. Like when I built those, I wasn't really thinking how visible they'd be. So anyway, I'm gonna keep messing around with this hilt. Came back here to check it out, man. Like that's the proportions in that hilt are like way off. So I'm gonna shrink that down a little bit, but that's all this is, you know. Just build some stuff, go way back and look at it, and just mess around. It's time consuming. I guess it would be better to have like an actual plan, but that's what we're doing. I will get right back. I'd say yeah, it's looking better. I'm gonna fill that in and keep moving up. Hey, I woke up this morning to continue working on this. I guess the update dropped. See the leaves? I haven't looked at the notes. Actually, they should drop new leaf like litter on the ground. Maybe can work with that. But here, let's look at this real quick. There's still a lot of work to do on this. Like I was working on it yesterday, and you know, went to bed, take a fresh crack at it in the morning. I was trying to make like a diamond right there. I think I'll pull that out. I'm not sure. And looking at the hilt versus the blade, I think I might go back to the 7 wide. Let's mess with it. Let's clean that up a little bit. See, I extended the blade some. I think we should add some more detail in here, but I wanna clean this area up too. But I do want to move on. There's other stuff we need to do, and I'm like totally running out of time. We got some detail on there. I do like the leaves. Let's go a little higher up. I was trying to mix in some copper to that, but it's like just, you know, 1 block big. So like I had to kind of minimize it because, you know, it's not like totally mirrored how it wraps around. So when I would detail around the not grass, the leaves on the other side with the copper, it would just look super out of place on this side, and you know, vice versa. So I like it. Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah, I'm gonna say we're done with it. I did add, yeah, that crane, see, up by the hayloft, there's a little platform up there. We'll go and take a closer look. I like that that radar dish, it's kind of weird, the perspective on it, because I think that's probably one of the better perspectives where you can see it. I need to work on that wall, but that's enough of that. Let's go take a closer look up there real quick. Oh, I should probably get a, yeah. We'll get that thumbnail here. Yeah, so like, what are we gonna call this? You know, sword in the stone in the sci-fi barn, dude. Like, what a weird one. This isn't really how I meant the episode to go. Take a look at this crane. Yep, it's how you get the hay bales up in the hayloft. I reckon I was looking at more pictures of barns, and I was like, yeah, crane up there would be perfect, it'd be cool. I didn't really put it on the other side, but these two sides aren't really mirrored. That side's for jumping out. This side's for cosmetic purposes, I guess. So, I guess we're at like a crossroads now. It's either a nether outpost or a gut sword mansion. It's like I need to work on sword mansion, but it's like, dude, it's heartbreaking for me. You can't really see. I don't really go up there, but it's, you know, like devastated. It even burned some of the sword off. But like I was super vague, like gut sword mansion. Like I know what that means, but I put a bunch of other sword mansion stuff in there too. I know the chimney is in there. Like I should have just combined that and just done like one sword mansion episode, which I think that's what we're gonna do. And when I was making that project shuffler, I didn't really make any like rules or whatever, you know. It's just like the honor system, you know. It's just me here, you know. But I think going forward, like I think we're gonna do like we have to finish the project in that episode. So this is gonna be like a big fat fail F. We're gonna like recycle that back into the shuffler. Because I'm not gonna get to that this episode, and I honestly don't even really want to. We're gonna go Goofed in the nether. I'm gonna put my stuff up and put some gold on. I don't want to break any more diamonds, and I'll catch you in the nether. So what's the plan here? I do want to make it a lot safer. So I think, oh geez, I was gonna just like work in one chunk. Yikes. Well, I want to level this out and like wall it off and get a bunch of half slabs. I also want to make an easy way to go up. I want to get to like the nether roof and like try and like get through that. I've never done that before. It'd be interesting to try and make like a piglin farm. I've never done that. It'd be like pork and golden XP. That could be cool. It's like a really big build, lots of magma. I also want to have a staircase going down because I think there's a bunch of lava down there, and what we could do is set up some furnaces. Yeah, set some furnaces up down there and just like feed it with lava and cook a bunch of netherrack so we could get a bunch of whatever those are called, the red brick things. I want to clean this up a little bit too. This is so messy, and like I never really built in the nether either. So let's do some damage. So I've been trying to like clean up the vertical side of it. I've got the base itself like outlined, but like even with if it I need to put efficiency 5 on this. It's dude, even so, this is no. I don't like the nether at all. But let's keep going. Dude, oh my god, if this lava wasn't here, I would have actually died. I still almost died. That fell so far. I've got all my stuff on me, dude. That would have been terrible, so I gotta get back up there now. I guess it's a good excuse to explore the nether. I do need magma blocks too, so golly. Alright, we got back up there. I had a... I need to go back and get another piece of gold. But I had fire protection on that helmet. I think that's what saved me. Because, like, dude, I was swimming in lava. I don't know what I would have done if I lost my stuff. The diamond is whatever, but losing my mending tools, like, you guys don't understand how long those took me to get. And it wasn't fun, you know? It wasn't like just standing there trading emeralds till I walk in a mending book. Dude, I was fishing those out of the ocean. But, there was something cool. Like, I got a cool staircase down to the lava now, so that was one of my goals. So we'll go down there and mess with that a little bit too. This is like the midway point between where I fell and like the actual bases up there. But this is actually kind of like a picturesque little lake of lava and doom. I think I'm gonna like yeah, it's not too far down from here. That's probably where I'm gonna set up like my blackstone farm or whatever. But let's keep going. I wanna actually finish this. Sweet, got some mushrooms. Oh, we got some red mushrooms too. That's a new block actually. I believe it or not, don't have any mushrooms. Something neat too. Found a bunch of soul sand. I turned the chunk rendering off. I was hoping that would make the videos a little more, I don't know, better. But there's I don't know what biome it is. It's right across the border, but it's got a bunch of bones and soul sand. Haven't seen any strongholds. I really need to find one of those too. But there's a blue. Yeah, that's the bone biome. Yeah. As far as nether spawns go, this kind of stinks. It can always be worse, but I'm just so sick of the crimson biome. Tons of glowstone. Need glowstone. Anyway, I don't think you can turn chunk rendering off. I misspoke. I turned it like down a bit. We'll see once I like encode this video how it turns out. Because I did tinker around with a few settings. I'm gonna do a little experiment over here. I'm a little far away from home, but I have set up my furnaces at that lava lake. I'm gonna see how much a stack of netherrack is gonna smelt with 1 bucket of lava in a furnace. And we'll do that right now. We did get a new biome. I was on my way back and was just following the chunk border, but this I don't really need this stuff right now. I guess we could use some bone blocks. That'd be a new one. It's just cool to find a new biome, really. I've hardly explored the nether at all. I just thought it was all crimson forest. But oh, we do have the bone biome, the soul sand bone biome. I forget what it's called. But yeah, we're heading back to smelt that netherrack though. So naturally, I'm kind of lost. I mean, you can't really get too lost when you're like world bordered into. Whoa! So the overworld is 3x3 chunks. I'm not sure what that would make the nether, but you know, I can always just find like one of these world borders. Over there is, I've got pretty landmarked, but look what I found there. Unfortunately, it's totally cut off, but what could be up there? Let's find out. That's not a stronghold, that's a bastion. I've not had too many ghasts, but like since I've been running around, like there's been a bunch spawned up. Aw, man. So I really want some netherite tools, and I was doing a little research, and I think you need some kind of thingamajig from the nether. Oh, I was looking at that chain. I was like, why is it glowing? But it's just like the world border hitting it. Well, we did find something, I guess. It's a shame. It's like right on the border there. It's a bummer. Oh, we got some gold up there. I'm trying to see how big it is. Can't really tell. Okay, yeah. That's pretty cool. Oh! Man, nether always freaks me out. Anyway, I'm gonna find my way back. So I misspeak a lot when I'm doing this. It's hard to play Minecraft and like talk at the same time. It's tough to multitask that. But I'm not in a 3x3 chunk. I'm in a 3x3 map, which I think is 3x3 chunk. I'm in 3x3 maps. I'll have to do some maths. I used to know how many chunks that was, but this will, yeah, I've been doing this for a year, and I've long since forgot, you know, those numbers. But I'm gonna actually get back to it. I want to finish this. I'm just gonna get myself killed trying to like narrate me bumbling around the nether. All right, we made it back, and that is a bucket of lava and a stack of netherrack. I forgot to make those bricks. I did actually, hold on. I've got it written down on my notes. So there's 27 chunks in a 3x3 map. That would be according to ChatGPT a year ago. I'm not sure how many blocks are in a chunk though, so there's still some maths to do there. I just wanted to, you know, clarify that. But let's see how many bricks we get. While that's melting, I did actually end up getting a pretty good haul. So we got 11 bone blocks, so that's a ton more bone meal. I'm not sure if I can do anything with magma cream without nether wart. I don't think I can. But I'll have to check on growing big mushrooms, because I think you have to have podzol or mycelium for that. But we could still maybe grow some mushrooms underground. We can make like some mushroom farms. So when we do get podzol, well, no. I mean, by the time we have podzol, you know, we won't really need to farm mushrooms. Anyway. Slow going. Hold on there. So that's 99. It's probably about 100 per bucket of lava, which isn't bad. We could totally rig something up down here to really streamline getting nether bricks. It'd be a fun new thing to build with. But let's head back up. I wanna wrap this up. Okay, here we are. Let's do a little review here. I don't think we accomplished. Oh, I've been getting this since the update. I don't know if you guys. Hold on, I'm gonna reboot my client. Like I back up this server pretty regularly. I still don't like that. Okay. So when I booted my client back up, it did do an install. So maybe they caught that bug already. But even so, like every time I restart the client, it fixes. I don't think we did anything out of here. Yeah, it's not really finished. I'm not getting to that. Well, no, we did. We did do something there. We'll have to annotate this here real quick. In the misc. So we did accomplish the new sword. I will say we did do that. Oh, that's the candle thing. I was like, Chandler House. What is... Okay, so yeah, mansion chimney, mansion safe. So I think we're going to roll that into gutting the mansion. So it'll just be like a mansion revamp. Nether outpost. I don't know. I don't think I succeeded there, but I don't think we totally failed either. I'll give it an L for lame. It was kind of lame. We did find a bunch of cool stuff. I did have more fun exploring around than actually trying to build whatever I was building. And gut the mansion. Yeah, that is an unequivocal fail. So, let's put that back. Did that. And we'll put these back in the shuffler. And real quick, I already had glowstone, but I got a ton more. I didn't need that. I got these bone blocks. I'll probably build with those. I looked it up too. I think we can grow mushrooms in a low light level. So, giant mushrooms, that's a new block. That'll be cool. And we did get soul soil. It's a tongue twister. That's another new one. So that's cool. We got that turtle too. We found some new flowers. And yeah, you can't do anything with... Well, no, I take that back. You can turn them into magma blocks. But that's... I don't know why you would. You can just go down and mine like bulk magma blocks. But other than that, you just use this for fire resistance potions. but we still got something new. But with that, I'm gonna call it there. That's a wrap. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.